Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Hitman Freelancer, where we have a new campaign on the go. And we are going to be doing the Item Roulette Challenge. It's exactly what you think it would be. We have got a series of wheels to spin. I am going to spin a wheel to find out which large item I'm bringing into any particular level. Then I will spin the wheel to find out which small gun I'm bringing in, which small melee item I'm bringing along. And then we'll keep spinning on the tools wheel until we've run out of inventory space. And then we'll do our usual of trying to complete as many challenges as possible for any given level. I think we'll start with sick games, just because that will give us a nice variety of objectives, one would hope. So, what sort of objectives are we looking at? We're looking at shotgunning guards, concussing people, assault rifling guards, and SMGing guards. Lots of guards are getting it in the neck today, it seems. And then blinding some of them as well. I'm going to spin the wheel to find out which items we get before I pick a specific level though, just because that gives us a greater chance of being able to achieve things. And I'm going to do all the spinning off camera so you don't have to watch wheels turning for a while. So yeah, be right back. And we have our tools. So, we have got a modern lethal syringe, that's well and good, a remote microtaser, a tripwire mine, the antique carved knife, the scrap gun, which is our only silence weapon, because we've got the Jaeger 7 Tiger, and then we've got the red light flash grenade. So, because we got the flash grenade, one of these had blind target, or blind guard, didn't it? Bangkok. Blind guard. Don't blow your disguise, hide target bodies. There's only one target. So maybe that's a level that we could do. I feel like we're not going to get to use everything that we've got because we've only got one target. But collateral accident is something we can do. We're not bringing a legendary, so yeah, I think we'll have to go with collateral accident. See how that works. And we shall just head off to Bangkok and give it a try. Now, though the video's been coming out regularly, it has been like 2 months or so since I last actually played Hitman. So we're going to be getting back into the swing of things. Where's our target? They are in the security room. Oh, that's a great place to start, isn't it?
Oh, hi.
So what might we want to do? Yeah, my time has been swallowed up by some off-camera games recently. Oh, and it's this version of the map. Excellent. I've been playing... Well, I did play about 90 odd hours of 2 Point Museum, which scoffed a lot of my time, and now I've played about 130 hours of Jagged Alliance 3. Both excellent games, both highly recommended, but it does mean I've got a bit behind schedule on the old Hitman, so yeah. It's been a while. Now, let's just break that. That might cause someone to come down from upstairs, although maybe it's only shooting it that causes that to occur, or maybe this version of the map. Ah yeah, it's bringing out a lady from down here. Very well. Are there any guards around? I mean, there's a dude.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for your clothing. Hide target bodies. So we don't have to hide that guy. Now, we might have a few enforcers. Are there any propanes down here? Probably is the answer. Because that's what I'm thinking in terms of collateral accidents. Now, we've got enforcers in here. But maybe we're okay to just pop over and grab that keycard. We are good. Now. Oops. More enforcers. And another one out there. Yeah, this outfit is not a great one to be in whilst you're down here. Much more useful once we get upstairs. But where is propane? Is it in the kitchen area, perhaps? Maybe. Those guys aren't enforcers. But Flatcap is on his routine, and he is an enforcer. Maybe we want to knock him out and get his outfit just in case we need it. He's not a difficult man to knock out. in a subtle fashion. And now we've got another pistol. Because there's nothing stopping us from using items that we find in and about the level. Yeah, let's go back. Because I'm thinking outside, and possibly... Do you want to change outfit? I mean, out where the tuk-tuk is and all that, that is a spot where... Oops, very nearly blew out of the skies there. Should probably change the guard outfit. Yeah, there might be a propane out back. But on this version of the map, are we okay with that? Are we allowed out there? Because resort staff are allowed out. Yeah, it looks like everyone's allowed out here. That's good.
Well, you're no quitter. I've got to give you that.
So,
Look, I can fix this.
over here somewhere. Propane? Friend propane? There you go. Good, so that's our collateral accident tool.
There's this guest.
And this outfit is the one that we'd need as well, isn't it? But how to get upstairs? Because if we go this way, these guys might be enforcers. Oh, she certainly is. Okay, those guys aren't, but she is. Because if we go this way, we got that guy who's an enforcer.
Pesticide so close to the ventilation fan.
But we can probably get by him without too much trouble. Okay, so we've got a bunch of folks around here.
So basically, either you already died
Like, loads of folks. There's our man. Is he going to leave? He is. Good.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I've done this before.
Right, so he leaves, so... He then goes into this room. This is promising. Because we could lure a few people into here.
Hey, who is throwing stuff around here?
Ah, there's
Come
already a
on.
guy in here. Okay.
Someone messing with me?
I didn't even see that guy. Is there anywhere we can hide him where he's not going to get spotted? Probably not. And also, actually, yeah, this is going to bugger up hide target bodies, isn't it? Because there's nowhere up here to hide people. Right, now this room has her. And someone has found his body already. Okay. Is that too much of a problem?
Stay in there.
Don't think so. Now. Let's get you out of the way as well. We've kind of cleared out this room. And if we blew someone up in here, with both these doors shut, we'd probably get away with it, you know. There's no harm in checking if we can just drop bodies over the edge and they would count as hidden. Because we've got a minute till our friend comes back. So, what would happen if we dragged a person over here? Yeah, we can dump them and eliminate them. So, we can knock out our man, bring him over there, blow him up, and then even if people hear the explosion and come running, we should have time to dump him over the edge. Perhaps we get lucky and the explosion does it for us. But at this point, we just wait for our man to return. He doesn't seem that suspicious about the lack of staff, which is good. Down he goes. So we'll have two closed doors between us and anyone else. Perhaps also we can get a bit tricksy with things. Perhaps we can drag him on top of the propane flask in such a way that the explosion will blast him over the wall if we're very lucky. It's possible. Now, where's our little pistol? Because we've got to use some of this stuff that we've brought along. Micro taser, though. That's something we could also use, isn't it? Didn't think of that. Because it's a silent kill, so we could then drag him over there and throw him off the edge. Yes, we've made a puddle. In the interests... it's in... On the one hand, I could use the micro taser and zap him silently and then drag him across and drop him out there. On the other hand, I think it would be more interesting and more fun to not use the tool that I should be and to just... I mean, I'm still using a tool to get the job done. I'm using the scrap gun. The explosions are more fun. There we go. Where's he gone? Hide target bodies hasn't come up. But I'm pretty sure he's hidden. Because he's not here anymore. If I just dumped him off the edge, that would have counted as body hidden, right? Where is he? He's down there. I feel like that counts as hidden, does it not? So yeah, maybe if I'd just thrown him over the edge, that would have counted as hide target bods. But I guess it's not going to now, which is a shame. I don't suppose there's any way we can shoot him into the creek or anything like that. There he is. Yeah, this does not seem to be hiding him particularly well. Making a mess of his shirt though. Ah well. The main thing is we did a cool explosion, it was fun. Now we just need to blind a guard. Without blowing our disguise. But we have a flash grenade for that. Also we could get a second master key card in this room. For no real reason. I think downstairs is the best bet because we're close to an exit there. We can just flash these guys around the corner and then run away.
Hey, sorry, I need to make a phone call. You cover for me? Really? Again?
Yeah. Why are you going that way, Supplier? You're just... Oh no, you're courier. Very well. Bam. Guard flashed. 3 out of 4. Should have been 4, but game said no. So that's the general idea behind the challenge, and it's a shame that we didn't get to use more of the items, but I guess that's going to be a problem I hadn't considered with these early levels where there's not many targets available. Let's just spin the wheel some more and see what we get next time. Okay, we've got a shotgun this time, so that's good. We have got the Kronstadts around earphones from the Undying pack. We've got the Krugermeyer, silver, old friend Handyman wrench, worst enemy remote audio distraction, frag grenade, and then the ICA tactical shotgun covert, and a mod pneumatic syringe. Eliminate guard's shotgun on Sapienta. So I guess that's our next goal. We didn't get any concussive explosives, but there should be fire extinguishers on the map. And do we have a safe? We do have a safe, so fire extinguishers or frag grenade could also help us with the prestige. So there's no reason other than good old incompetence as to why we can't perfect Sapienza. Okay, it's night time. It's the meth lab version of the map. We are up here, which means we should be able to take out cameras without too much bother, one would hope. And there's also a fire extinguisher down here as well, I believe. We don't have a traditional lockpick, but that's fine. We have an untraditional one. So, this Securo guard, he's just chilling. Down he goes. Could get his outfit, might come in handy. And then we'll get out our shotgun. Sorry, friend. Needs must. Now, fire extinguisher's also there, that's perfect. So let's go find some guards and possibly concuss them. Where might we find a decent sized gathering of guard friends? Is the mansion open on this version of the map? It looks like it. There's a couple of guards. I feel like we're going to need 2 extinguishers because you rarely get 3 guards piled together. But we've also got do not get spotted to consider. Suppose we should also figure out where our targets are, and they are in fact in the mansion. So we are going to need a mansion guard outfit at some point. There might be more fire extinguishers in the mansion too, and the safe is in the church. So whilst we're around and about, we could potentially get the safe. There's no church key hanging around on this version of the map. We can use our untraditional lockpick to open that door, just in case there's anything exciting in here. And it doesn't look like it. Are there any bodyguards in and around here? It doesn't look as though there are. Oh yes, I'd almost forgotten. It looks like there's still a camera out here, and that's because I've added a new mod, just to make life a bit more interesting. There's a mod which takes you back to the early days of 2016 when the game first came out, where different camera areas have different recording boxes. So we've taken out the box up at the town hall, but why would that have any effect on the church? Because the church is an entirely different location. It shouldn't. It doesn't make sense for it to. So the church has its own separate camera box downstairs, and that is the one which controls these cameras. It's just going to add a little extra layer of challenge to some of the levels. Keep us on our toes. Now, the camera up there could be pesky, but Krugermeyer will save the day. That guy didn't hear that, which is nice. Oh, there's propane over here, isn't there? So, do not get spotted. Don't think anyone would spot us bonking this man. And then let's just drag him behind this wall. Nobody's out here, so he doesn't need to be properly hidden. And our shotgun can just sit on the floor for now, because we don't need it at this moment in time. Right, there's no propane in here on this version of the map. Okie doke. Although, yeah, that guy didn't drop a key, so maybe we'll need to knock on this door. And then our safe is right here. Is the camera room locked? Yeah. Dang it. I'd just like to take out the camera, so I don't know if it's necessary, but I'd like to. Body found. Someone found the guy we left outside. Oh yeah, there is someone out here. Oh, isn't that curious? But I'm fairly sure there's no one else out here. Oh, come on. You completely had your back turned. Although you don't have a church key for me either, so knocking you out was kind of unnecessary. I guess there's no church key on this version of the map. So let's take out our second camera box. For no real reason. Are you far enough away from an explosion there? Probably. I hope so. Because I'm not moving you, because that would be effort. Good. There's no one anywhere nearby to hear that. So that's the safe done. I think we'll keep the guard outfit. We could potentially take the gardener outfit and use that to infiltrate the manor. But I don't think we will.
Hi.
Yeah, that's the meth lab building. They've covered up all the windows in a manner that's totally not suspicious. Okay, let's come up here and see what's going on in what I generally think of as Brother Akram's building. Can we get up to it? Let's see. Oh, there's a guard in there. Okay. So this whole area is changed and sus. He's not going to answer the door. Very well. Right, we didn't get spotted.
Where did he go?
He's a man of mystery.
Hey, you there? Come in! Muy bien, there's a maldito criminal out there. We need to stop him.
Now, if you could turn away, that would be great. Should have picked up that brick from the floor of the churchyard, but there we go. We achieved the goal. Maybe actually we'll swap outfit again. Oh, there's a guard. Who is an enforcer, so let's see. I mean, at this point, we could go back for our briefcase. We could briefcase the shotgun again. And we could become a gardener. Oh, there's the church key. What's it doing up here? How strange. Now, what have we got up here in the way of guards? We've got an enforcer there. We are going to need a second fire extinguisher at some point, so maybe we just drop that one there. And we try and knock out this guy with an extinguisher. Is that going to get him? No, he's round the corner, so that didn't work. That's fine. That's not the end of the world. I'm banking on the fact that the mansion is going to have,
Hello, recruit.
like, multiple fire extinguishers. It's just seems likely. Although potentially there's also one in the ice cream place. Although we might not be allowed in there, now that we're an elite guard. But that's fine, we know stealthy ways to get into this building. Some more subtle than others. Yeah, we are trespassing. That's fine. I can't see any extinguishers about the place, so not a problem. Any down here on the walls? Rusty crowbar. Might actually get some use out of those in this challenge, given as our only other lockpick is a shotgun. And there we go, we've become gardener. We'll just do one more quick pop through the church, make sure there's no extinguishers around that we missed. No, even churches can catch fire, so it's possible that there could have been one. But now we'll waltz out the front with the key that we've acquired, and we will head up to the mansion and maybe actually get to our targets themselves. I feel like we don't need our shotgun up there. So, in the interest of not having to lug it about the place, I might just leave it in the safe house for now. Alright, so we'd have to get up to the upper floors to deal with the cameras, should we so desire. But we've got a good amount of ammo, so we can deal with them one at a time if we need to. Now, it looks like one of our targets might be down here in the basement. I came down here for fire extinguishers, but...
I can't find it. It's nowhere. I looked.
Whoa.
Excuse me?
Thanks.
Yeah, target looks like a guard, probably. One that hangs out near the biolab. And there's an extinguisher. Excellent. And there goes the guy who goes down into the lab itself. Not something we need to concern ourselves with. Another guard. So, that was our man, I think, that we've distracted there. Yep.
No way in hell.
I'm afraid so, my friend. Life is cruel. But for you it is over. No harm in tidying up. So Friendo can go in the box. Now. These two lads could definitely be taken
We
in.
have a strict no gardeners policy here. Please turn around and keep walking.
That's prejudiced.
What the hell is that?
Don't worry about it, friends. Maybe we do. Now, are we able to pop it without that guy noticing?
Son of a bitch.
Just about.
Oh my god.
So that's two guards concussed. Oh, come on. How is that guy...
You stop. Okay.
Fuck's sake, why did they follow me like that? That's bullshit. Not impressed with that at all. And now we're compromised. What the heck? This is all bull.
Stay green, man.
You will die. But we need to change clothes. Now, someone might find this body at some point. But that's cool. The main thing is we're not a gardener right now. Now, there's going to be more fire extinguishers around and about somewhere, one would hope. None of that is a fire extinguisher, so that doesn't help. Oh, chef. Body found. That would be our man who we just iced in here, I think. Yeah, it's a lot of enforcers, and they're all looking a bit sus. So it's probably risky to be back in this building right now. However, here we are. Don't know if there's a fire extinguisher upstairs or not.
Actually, I have
Kitchen
a
might not be a
story
bad bet.
about that room.
We haven't better lock and load, but don't worry.
Oh yeah, we got another target as well. We should probably think about dealing with them.
Hey, what's up?
So she wanders about in here, as you might imagine. Could do it in a particularly unsubtle way. But let's have a think.
Hey, mister.
Oh.
Who are you again?
Where do you come from? Where's my handyman wrench?
Hey, I am.
No, you're not. Now, someone else coming up this way. Looks like it.
Hey, no, whoa. Oh no! Oh my
my god, is that what I think it is?
Hey, you.
Yeah, it probably is. I'm trying to shut that door, not stand in a box.
Hey, excuse me, I'm talking to you.
Yep. Come over here and talk to me, friend.
Hey, you're ignoring. Please don't.
Good old Wrench. Wrench never fails. And that's actually helped us. So that's good. As for man down there, he can have an icicle, I think. Now, where's our friend out here? There she is. So she stands there, but then there's a guard right there, so she's not exactly in a position to be boxed up. And this is too far for her to hear, it seems. I guess we'll just give her the old earphones and just drop her on the floor. Doesn't matter if she's found or not. And so now it just becomes a case of let's find another fire extinguisher. Or a propane. Propane placed at exactly the right distance will do the job. We want it to be far enough away from enemies that it doesn't kill them, but close enough that it knocks them on their butt. It's something I've only ever really done by accident, so I'm not relying on it. Okay. Yeah, that guy's too close. It's gonna kill him. Unless he comes back this way a bit. Oh, it did work. Perfect. I am, in fact, amazing. So that's good to know. Now,
Take cover!
oops. That wasn't amazing. Let's make our way back to the safe house, because we want to pick up our shotgun. It'd be very foolish of me to leave it behind. And there we go. That's another level that I feel should have been perfect, but apparently wasn't due to what I'm going to call nonsense. But we got the job done. And so this brings us to our first showdown. And more wheels. So a couple of these challenges are going to be a bit tricky because we aren't bringing an assault rifle or an SMG. We are bringing sedative pills, our golden sword off Bartoli, the Sieger 300 Viper. We're not bringing a frag grenade, that was left over from the Freelancer crate. But we are bringing the Seeker, and the antique lethal syringe and a Tomfer. So, assault rifle and SMG potentially out the window. Perfect shooter is what it is. We don't have anything there except for timed pacify suspects silent. So it's not going to be a good level, I don't feel, based on what we've got. But it is Mumbai, which we like. And we don't have any specific way that we need to deal with the target, so we could just snipe them from a distance. They are an allergic sweet tooth type, with brown hair, no hat. They do have glasses, earrings, necklace. So it might just be a case of run around and snipe everyone as soon as we see them, if they aren't immediately incorrect. Okay, we're at the train yard. We have a suspect in front of us. Well, we have multiple suspects in front of us. So let's just not waste any time. They're coming out there. Up. Up. Now, they've all gone their various ways, which is unfortunate. Oh. That's an assassin, perhaps, or a lookout. That's a lookout. His timing, again, isn't great. That target is sneezing. And they are They do fit the bill. Excellent. So that's the job done. Time to pacify suspects. Turned out not to be a problem. However, we still need assault rifles and SMGs, and they're going to be loud. What do you guys carry? It's either an assault rifle or an SMG, for sure. But we could probably also use an outfit. Are there any guards over here? Yeah, there's those two.
It's funny. There was a time when I thought I'd go to Germany and open a Hammer. I have a cousin, Ricky, there, but now I'm just happy I stayed.
No one seems to have found that body yet, which is very strange.
Hey, check that out. I got it.
Yeah, you check that out, friend. Looks like you've got an SMG. Yeah, the HX-10. Which you're also carrying, I presume? Right, look out, an assassin has been alerted. We don't want to be in the area if an assassin has been alerted. And those guys are also looking pretty sus.
Area is clear. Please advise, over.
Shotgun and submachine gun. Is there anywhere we can get assault rifles? The crows, maybe? Maybe we just give these guys a wide berth. The targets are going to be disappearing at some point soon. All three of them are running off. So all the lookouts and assassins should be going with them. Which means we're basically looking at a normal sort of level. And none of them are coming this way, which is good. So we've got crows. So we could become crow. That door is locked though, and we don't have any stealthy ways of opening it. Oh yeah, we've got the Viper, haven't we? Never mind. Oh, now he's coming out because I forgot to turn off the Jenny. Oh well. The main thing is we're trying to infiltrate the crow's base, so it doesn't matter if he sees his friend. So down you go. Again, we're looking at just HX-10s. Now, there is a third guy who comes into this room. How to do this? I mean, step one is open the door. Yeah. Doesn't look as though anyone's coming in anytime soon, so we can drag these losers in. And put them over here somewhere. Oh, perfect shoot's gone, hasn't it? Heck it. I mean, it was probably going to go, because I'm probably going to end up in a protracted firefight with a bunch of crows. But once again, I just forgot about it. But with no lockpicks available to me, what choice did I have? Well, I mean, the choice I had was go somewhere else to do this. But I didn't choose to follow that. So here we are.
So, the powder's in his room, and all we do is grab it and toss it in one of the furnaces in the metal workshop. Barabar?
This is the third time.
Cool. Couple of guys down. Move my briefcase out of the way.
Oh, fuck! Anyone there? We can
Oi, hey, can you hear me? Everyone get ready. We've got a shooter.
Yeah, we have.
Huh? Is anyone listening? It looks like we've got a casualty here.
Not just one casualty, my man. You gonna poke your head out?
Son of a bitch! It's me. You there? We're not out of the woods yet, man.
We're nearly out of the woods. You're like the last guy, I think.
I need more men. Hello? You there? Somebody's being a...
We don't want to know what somebody's being. But that's guards SMG'd. Now, did any of you... Let's switch to Elite Thug, just because we can. Have any of you been kind enough to drop an assault rifle? Yes. Good. So let's drop the SMG, because we don't need that right now. Okay, perfect shoot would have also gone there, because I was just apparently shooting through people. So it's good to know it would have gone anyway, because it is the worst challenge in general. Bit more ammo. Where do we go for our third guy? Because... let's see. There's an exit, so that's handy. We just need the key. There's the key. Right, so we can exit the level when we like. So maybe we bring our briefcase along and we leave it near the exit. Now, where's the next batch of guards?
Have you showed us actually to the barber?
Yeah. He was literally about to shit himself. You hear that? The shooter is around here somewhere.
Excellent.
Go find the bastard.
So 3 out of 4, again. 3 out of 4 is the name of the game today. But we do have time for one more level. So let's have a look. Is Sick Games going to give us some different maps? Gives us another Sapienza. But it's likely to be a different Sapienza. Because of all the maps, that's probably the one I've got the most variants active on. So heck with it. We'll go with it. We won't do it today though. We'll do... Well actually, we'll decide what we're going to do after we've spun some wheels. Okay, we've got a fine setup here. Not too many guns, but we've got a good one. We've got the katana, the police baton, the micro audio distraction, the silver baller, the EMP charge, a screwdriver, and the Karma. A fine selection that's going to allow us to take on many challenges, I would have thought. We don't have a shotgun, but as we discovered on Mumbai, we don't necessarily need to bring the weapons into the level with us in order to obtain them. Do we have anything to make a target slip though? I mean, are we ever going to get anything to make a target slip, or are we relying on finding things in the level? Because we're not bringing bananas or grapes along. So I don't think we've got any tools which will allow us to slip people, so we'll ignore slip for the moment. Poison target sedative on Wick Creek. That's something we could probably do. And then distracting targets on Paris isn't too bad at all. No combat, doors stay locked. I think we'll go Wick Creek because we've got the Karma. So we can easily knock someone out with a sedative. And we've got a katana, so katana kill seems like an excellent prestige. And here we are with our 3 targets. 2 of whom are hanging out in the back of the Wilson property. 1 of whom is near the muffin stand. So what's a good thing to be doing to begin with? We want to concuss some guards, and we want to shotgun some guards as well. We don't really have any lockpicks on this version, because I'm not going to use the pause trick, where you keep spamming the pause button where you shoot pistols at a lock to open it. Although, let me demonstrate that, in case you've not seen it. I've just picked up the key for this door, so it's not really cheating if I do it. But, if we shoot the door while spamming pause... I was going to demonstrate the trick, but as you can see from the fact I've got barely any ammo left, I'm not actually very good at it. So, that's another reason why we probably shouldn't use that trick. And now we're nearly out of pistol ammo. I'm sure we'll get some more pistol ammo. That's not a problem, is it? So, Nolan Cassidy's house will give us a concussive in the form of a fire extinguisher. There are plenty of fire extinguishers about, so they're not going to be a problem. And if we can deal with Spencer the Hammer Green, then shotguns won't be a problem either. Actually, let's use our baton on this guy. We brought it along. We may as well use it. And there's the hammer. Down he goes. So that's our shotgun sorted. Do we whip out the old katana right now? Save us carrying a briefcase around. Because we might have to do some sneaking and running once we've attracted people's attention. Which we're about to do. Oops, we're about to get spotted, I think.
Get ready. We've got Chopper made that sound.
Who made that
Oh
sound?
no, you do.
Oh yes, I do. Right, that's some more pistol ammo. Good. So yeah, maybe we're going to get away with all of this. Well, actually, we don't need the shotgun anymore, do we? Just because we could. Because we do want the fire extinguisher. We probably want to go and find some guards that aren't moving around.
Oh crap, I get you.
Which way around the car are you going, friend? Are you coming around the car?
In here.
Yeah, you are. Nope. Okay, we'll just run past you then. Now, we've got a bunch of guards in the back garden over here, and we're allowed here. And it's the sensor version of the map, so there's also a couple of guys in the other garden. So there's nicely clustered guards about the place for our objectives. We'll just pop that there. Grab a bit more pistol ammo. Now, where's a good spot to snipe that fire extinguisher? Probably here.
Hey, you drop off the surveillance tapes and Jane into the house? Cassidy was asking. No!
Sweet. That's some guards concussed. Now we need another fire extinguisher, so another garage. Does this one not have one? There it is. Perfect. And then this guard will give us 2 more that we can concuss. And then we're just onto the targets again. Okay, so that one has actually moved away. That lad over there. We only need 1. But if we can take out 2, then it's just more fun. Nope, he's moved off. Oh well.
What the?
There we go. That's probably guards concussed. So, Michael Branch has moved. Michelle Branch, I should say. Not Michelle Branch, the pop singer. But Michelle Branch, perhaps. French Michael. Either way, let's go and have a look at them and see what they're up to. They appear to be a guard. That's a very solid outline they've got. Now they're just chilling. Possibly the best target for a Karma, given as the other 2 are just hanging around in the Wilsons. I'm going to come over this way. I'm going to cross the street. Not fully. I guess we could drop a remote audio distraction, but it's not going to work because, yep, it's garbage. Well, it's distracted that guy.
I'm awesome.
Good for you, friend. So, he comes over this way though. Now, what have we got in our inventory? We've got a wrench that we've acquired. That was far enough to draw him over here, but it has got his attention, that's the main thing. So over he comes. Let's see, that ranger's not really paying much attention to us. So maybe we'll just do that. Get that out of the way. Can we get him from here? Yeah, we can. Good. Subtle. Subtlety is the name of the game.
Jeez. Do you know who did this?
No, no. Certainly wasn't me.
I'm asking you a question, man.
Why would it be me? Again, subtle. So now we need to find a subtle way of dealing with those two in the back garden. And I think the answer could lie in this abandoned house. And our trusty silver baller could be the answer as well. Although we haven't got a key for the inside of the house. We've left our shotgun behind. I kind of wanted to get into that room. It's not necessary. That will hopefully take out at least one of these when she goes back and has a smoko. But yeah, I suppose it's possible that other people have a smoko in the interim. So that hasn't worked.
Why is it always Brian? Come in. Gets the munch on burgers in there while we have to stay here and bore ourselves.
I don't know what's going on.
Man, and you're bored? Really? Really?
Yep.
And Brian
There we go.
is not in there to eat burgers.
Top subtlety.
Besides, Brian has
No, you're not close enough to that, are you?
you don't. That's why he's undercover.
What you're saying, my face is normal.
Those guards down there just having a conversation whilst
Get him in your sight.
everyone gets murked in the house next door.
I need backup. Understood.
Right, okay, they've noticed me.
Turn the alarm. Move it. Heads down.
Oh my god.
Yep, subtlety has gone. Perfect run though. Yep, perfect run. So that guy is what? Is he coming in? That guy certainly is. Lots of folks are coming. They're quite sure they've got a bead on me. But I see no bead. I just see a bunch of dead dudes. Oh, he's coming back, is he? Excellent. Now, ranger outfit. We're just an ordinary ranger with an ordinary katana on our back, going about our ordinary business.
Officer.
And you've got nothing for us. Okay, we haven't got back the flash grenade yet, but that's fine. We'll get it. At some point. It's not even necessary to prestige. And prestige is the plan once we finish the item roulette. Something really fun about bringing chaos to the sleepy suburbs of Wick Creek. It's just more fun than causing this much bother anywhere else, I feel. Any particular maps you guys enjoy causing absolute chaos on? Let me know. And that's a wrap. Bad dudes have been whacked, wheels have been spun, and we're off to a good start, I think. Join us next time and we'll crack on with the rest of level 2 and see what excitement awaits. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.